Today's live. Remember when we used to call these Moon Day lives? Just thinking back to that. Anyway, my name's Fola, and yeah, excited to have you here. I am possibly going to be using some like stickers and things. I think that YouTube is asking us to do something like that. So if there's stuff flying around the screen, don't mind me. But today we're going to be talking about dreams, accessing the dream time. Um, Pulling cards, maybe tuning into if there's any like certain themes or symbols around your dreams, and we'll just kind of see what wants to show up. I'm gonna also like pull some collective cards around that because maybe there have been like some dreams happening for you. I think as a collective, what I'm hearing from people is the dream time has been a bit more intense. Um, the way I described it to a friend the other day, for me, it feels like the dreams are like these micro stories. And the concept of the dream is what we're doing for this month of July in the membership. So this coming Thursday, I believe at 2 p.m. or 2:30, I'm going to be hosting that energy healing for the Practicus members. If you want to take part in that, you can hit join. Join as a Practicus member and up. And yeah, we'll see what we can touch into around accessing your dreams, around drawing upon the dream time to support you with manifesting the things you want to see happen in your life. But most importantly, and this is kind of what I wanted to come on here about, is just like how dreams can be used to support you with healing or gaining clarity on certain parts of your life. A lot of what I've learned around dreams comes from like the shamanic realm, primarily a Toltec-based tradition, because that's where my teacher and the learnings came from. But the main part that they really just like, I guess, want to encourage people recognizing is that everything we are going through is a dream. Last month, we talked a lot about the matrix and this concept of, like this reality kind of being maybe not what it is or what we think it is, and this veil sort of being over our eyes. In the shamanic viewpoint in that tradition, it's about this kind of interweaving of an awake dream and a sleep dream. So the question for you before we get into this collective reading is, what if this is all just a dream? And if so, then who's dreaming it? And if that's the case, what does it look like to wake up to the realizations of dreaming and to utilize that as a power, like a superpower, a gift, accessing it in some way that will like make your life align more with what it is that you truly desire? So whatever those questions bring up for you, that's okay. We're going to start with pulling some cards and tuning in to the collective energy. So I invite you just to take a deep breath in and let it go. As we just pull on a few cards for the collective and then possibly pull some cards for you individually. What is this around the dream, accessing dreams that perhaps the collective needs to know? Calling those angels, those guides, those beings of light that want to support us, our ancestors or the collective, all the way back to the very beginning when dreams were seen as something so much more powerful than maybe what our Western world now, our current modern time, has held them to be. Okay. Hi, Meredith, darling. Hello, hello. If you see this, I will sub. Hi, me and my monkey. Oh, see, it shows this little button. Am I supposed to click it? I don't even know. Hi, top fan. Me and my monkey, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do something with that, but I appreciate you clicking whatever that is. Okay. Oh, spiritual cleansing is the first card that we have here. This symbol of like the Hamza, this protecting energy, is something that has been like in my mind a lot and in my like physical reality, seeing it show up as I scrolled through different pages, seeing that like the protection from the evil eye, right? This is a very Middle Eastern sort of symbol, and there's a power, but it says here specifically spiritual cleansing. So when we think about our dream times, when we think about what's happening in the dream, the old like psychologists, psychoanalysts talked about it being these representations of our subconscious coming forward in symbols and meanings of things that we know. And when we get to witness certain symbols or certain themes in our dream, it's because we are literally going through a healing process. Okay. So maybe you've been like tapping into some of these symbols in your, I guess, experience in your dreams. Again, dream in the sleep time, but also dream in the awake dream, meaning your day to day. You might start to see these two things linking between each other. Okay. It's because there's something really, a deeper like purification taking place. Hello, Yusuf. Hello, Ahmet. Hello, marhaba. Yes, hello. Um, I love how like the colors of those crowns are also in the purple, like violet, indigo on my screen. I don't know if it's the same for you, but that's like matching something here. So we're going to just call to those angels, spirit in its highest form, to just create a protection for you at your crown and your third eye. Okay, like just right off the bat, we're just going to call to that to support you with whatever you might be going through. So you can imagine that violet color, purple color, kind of just starting to stream into those higher chakra points, those higher energy centers. Just breathing that in, seeing perhaps it becoming more vibrant, more colorful, a more potent energy. And we just call to that highest form of God, the divine, the limitless light, for that protection as you enter into this spiritual cleansing. Oh my gosh, there's so much here I feel like I want to say. I brought tarot too, but I'm kind of feeling like we might just want to pull these cards. Hello, Raju Sani. Hello. So what is it we're cleansing from? What exactly for the collective is going on, especially in the dream time? The divine masculine. So it's interesting because what I'm seeing with this symbol really is like that symbol of Taurus, right? The symbol of that fixed earth energy, very material energy, the bull. And so this could be for some of you in the dream, like this cleansing of those aspects of your version or your interpretation of what material is, what the physical world is. But also for some of you with like the wounds of the divine masculine, which we could say is even linked to like, say, the concept of capitalism. Like, there's like so much harm or toxicity that's occurred with certain aspects of masculinity. This is now us branching into a healthier relationship with masculine, a healthier relationship with these systems that have maybe been operating our reality, even so much so that it's operating your subconscious. Like it's like the imprint of that is like so deep. And even like the fact that I just see this and my mind goes to like a zodiac, to the astrology. It's like all these symbols have deeper meaning, right? They all hold something and they link us to something beyond ourselves. That's why we do these collective readings, because it's not, we could pull cards for ourselves. Yeah, you get a message, but like we are no different from one another. We are all linked in some capacity. So perhaps for those of you with the healing around this divine masculine, with the healing around systems like capitalism, patriarchy, whatever, however you want to label it, what if you can start to see that the reflection, I guess, of yourself in all of those systems? Because it is you. It is a part of you. You are a part of it. There's no difference between us and whatever. And I think that can be a part of that spiritual cleansing, or like the awareness that comes. Because look how they both have a symbol of like that full circle behind. There's an awareness that comes with this recognition and cleansing away the things or the thoughts, the beliefs that aren't serving. And your dreams may be showing you some of this now. Hello, Kenneth Grinley. Yeah, prayer, love, and light. Blessings to you. Oh, what numbers do we have here? 50. We have 2. Okay. Let's pull another one. Let's see, okay, from the collective perspective of these dreams, what's something we can do as a setting an intention to really draw upon the potency of the healing around this, the spiritual cleansing, the recognition of this divine masculine aspect inside of us? What's this intention? Divinity. So to me, this is about connecting to the energy that you are as this divine being. Okay? You can literally ask for this light. This is like a star, this light to enter into you from the crown, like we did kind of at the beginning there. Kenneth Grinley. Okay. Hi, Jessica. Hello. Oh, yeah, a long time. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Anyways, okay. This concept of the divinity, this concept of this light that we can literally imagine shining into us from where? The limitless light, the highest aspect of the Creator, where everything was sourced from the beginning. This can be the intention of us recognizing that light within another. That light is in everyone that we would say we want to counter, like the other. There's the us versus them, that mentality. It's like, oh, them, that other, that is also the divine. You may not like that. You may come and grow up with, again, these different views, these aspects of like what's good or not good. But the invitation for you as you enter into the dream, this is the collective kind of like interpretation, I guess we could say, about our dreams, is this energy. Anyway, ooh, hi, Delilah. Hello. There we go. Well, Kenneth, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm just going to remove you from the space. Because yeah. It's like, if we're not going to be constructive to spaces or to energies, then what? Guys know me, I'm pretty open to this concept of all energy is just energy. But this is the moment for us. There's a spiritual cleansing. There's a cleansing happening. There's something beyond what we can know. And, when I saw this word initially, I was thinking about how, like, during judgment time, there's like, if you think of the Christian perspective of like the rapture, there's a cleansing that happens. There's a removal of like the wheat from the chaff and vice versa. So what are we contributing to the overall interpretation, the overall energy of this world? Because there's cleansing, there's going to be removal of things. So thank you for that. But the intention here, as we move into our dreams, we're going to dive more into this on Thursday during that energy healing in the membership. We are going to be learning more specific ways of tapping into our intention prior to sleep and ways to move our energy or build our energy so that we can really just like home in on the dream time and pull the threads from the dream, pull the symbols, the meanings, and learn for ourselves what that looks like and what it can be used for as we move forward, especially as it ties to our intention. But you remembering your divinity is going to be so important here because it's going to help with seeing this mirror of I really want to say the facade of the mirror of the us versus them, the other, the, feminine, masculine duality that does exist, but we're moving beyond that, right? We want to move into that middle pillar. So wherever that might be for you, let's pull one more because I just feel like this bottom card, growth. So as with all things, when we can do this work, when we can recognize the ever evolving spiral that is our lives and that is spirit, is ever just constantly expanding. That is our growth. This is where we can start to see the shifts in our lives. This is where you can start to see the expansiveness. So trusting the process. Thanks, Delilah. Hello, all about me. So what does this growth look like for you? What does growth in your dream time look like for you? Is that something that you are interested in or willing to, I want to say, put in the work or put in the dedication to yourself to witness happen or unfold in your life? Because working with the dreams is not always easy. I mean, I'm sure you've all been there where you've had difficult dream times. Maybe you've been someone or experienced a lot of negative energy or negative experiences within the dream, nightmares, terrors, whatever, visitations. Now, though, is the time to recognize that you have a powerful gift, that you would be able to touch into those spaces, and there's ways to shift the energy around that. So join me on Thursday if you would like. Yes, Delilah, it's not too late to ask. No one's asked yet, so if you like card pull, let me know. And same goes. I'm going to see how many I do today. I'm just here visiting with family, so won't stick around too long. But if anyone would like cards pulled beyond this collective reading, you may speak it now. But yeah, so much, you guys. And to me personally, since studying, learning, or exploring whatever, the Kabbalistic system, oh, for sure, Delilah, it's really opened up more, because to me, you see a number, you start thinking beyond just what the number is. I'm not just talking about numerology. I'm talking about literally the essence of the beginning of creation and the whole interpretation of life, this tree of life, the knowledge and the wisdom that sits within that tree as it relates to personal life, my walk on this earth. And so I'm just speaking that because I think there's so much power to it. So if that's something that interests you, check out my Explore the Tarot series, the Pathworking series, pick up a book about Qabalah and magic, whatever. However you want to review that. I have stuff on the channel that's accessible. You can find it anywhere, and just be curious, because it can really open up even more. So, okay, all about me wants cards too. I'm going to do my best to remember the order of everyone because I don't have paper with me. The past 2 weeks dreams, it's a lot. Yeah, it's been about that 2-3 weeks, I'd say. It just seems like it's what? So, what do these dreams have to say? But Delilah, we'll start with you and see any dream messages, interpretations based on whatever might be showing up for you in the dream time. And let's see, for Delilah, calling your ancestors, your guides, your angels. Okay, pulling the bottom. Oh, we got the divine masculine again. Okay, Delilah, there's something here for you. Perhaps about that recognition of the us and them, the mirror of something. Have you been dreaming of a masculine figure even, like something that's been showing up? Okay, Meredith, yes. Okay, pull cards for you too after. So what about this masculine for Delilah? What do you want her to know? You got all the time in the world. Oh, I love how it's literally has those symbols in the hourglass, like the polarity within the two, the give and take. And with this, that concept of time, of like this shift from masculine to feminine and vice versa, from the patriarchy to the matriarchy, this has been happening since millennia, the dawning of time. Okay, and like I love how even the moon, it's like it's empty. The sun space is more filled with sand, because it's like the feminine aspect, that moon, I want to say, is like allowing the masculine to, but there's a recognition here that it's not going to be forever. Okay. It's going to be eventually there's going to be a time where this hourglass is going to be turned back and it's going to feed back into the opposite. So if you even have been giving a lot of your time to the masculine, a lot of time to like other, then instead of beating yourself up about it or being like, oh, how come I can't like learn these boundaries? Like, just recognize, like, what if this is even a part of the time for you? Okay, Delilah? Just breathing in whatever that energy is. Didn't you get this card before? Safe travel? I feel like with this symbol, really, it's just being a reminder for you that whatever is going on, like, you are safe within it. But also, like, I'm seeing this as that plane. I don't know if I said this before, but there's something here around like those protections of your four corners of your like magic circle. Calling in those four archangels, calling in the four elementals. That there's something here for you, Delilah, around like supporting you as you go through this movement of in time. Okay. It's not like a travel across planes. It's like a travel across, like, yeah, whatever time is. Because it's time, like, it's like a concept, right? But there's a shifting happening, a moving of the energy, a moving of those grains of sand, a moving of your perception of material and spiritual, or material to spiritual, right? To 43, 73. So 73 going down to 10, because 7 plus 3 is 10. We have a link of Malkut and we have a link of Keter, that 1 and 0, right? Kind of 1 and 10 aspect. And again, that to me is this recognition of the above and below, like the mirror of the two, how the one feeds into the next. So whatever that means for you, you may want to meditate on those spheres, on the earth, the root of you, and also on the crown. That I think too can be a real, like, it's interesting if you think about how you'd be standing on this plane with the four directions, but then in addition to that, you would be calling in balance of the crown and the root, right? The above and below. So Delilah, whatever that means for you, as you, maybe that's something you want to do as you enter prior to the dream, like, and call those angels all around you, and then crown to root or above, below, and then go into the dream. Okay. Because that's cool. I think like you can really like do something about or about time with your dream. You could like almost like reverse time. Like that might be a gift that you could like tap into. Which, like, whoa, I don't know. I don't want to get like into a paranoid state about this, but it's almost like what I was picking up is like the masculine knows that you can do this, that you have this gift. They want to use that. They kind of want to, maybe it's been like almost like taken or siphoned from you before. So that is going to protect your energy too. Because your time is valuable. I'm not saying just give it and willy-nilly, but with that centering of the planes of the four directions, the above, below, that's going to help you in your day-to-day find a bit more of a protection in your energetic boundaries around what you're giving to others, so that it's not being siphoned and your time's not taken by someone else or having controlled by someone else. Okay. Didn't really think that would all come through, but okay, here we go. Thank you for being here, Delilah. Thanks, Sid. Hello. Okay, Sid would also like cards. Hello, Robin. Hello. And I'm going to aim to get Robin cards too. But first, we are going to go to Meredith, and then we're going to go to All About Me. Just FYI, members get priority readings, so that's why I might jump around. But Meredith, and then All About Me, and then we'll move through to, I believe, Sid and Robin. And hopefully I can keep track of all that. So thank you, Delilah. Just may your guides be with you. As you call on Meredith's guides, ancestors, those beings that walk and support you. What are your dreams wanting you to know today or lately? I'm kind of like hearing like since the new moon, Meredith. Since the new moon, something has been going on for you. Perhaps it's been a new level of protection. Of how we've had like kind of like two compass symbols coming through. Have you been exploring some different type of way of protecting yourself, Meredith? Have you been like feeling a call, or maybe there's been like a certain guide that's been showing up? Whether it's like I want to say Celtic, but Norse Celtic kind of guide. That's number one. So, and I don't know, have you been even like almost like creating these symbols in your dreams, which is kind of interesting. There's something about the symbols. Oh. Okay, bear with me. I think it went under the bed. It's hidden far. Oh my gosh. You guys know I love when more than one, like when those first initial cards come out multiple times. So you have this divinity symbol. 1, 2, 3. I think that's 8, 7. So you have 8 like nodes or whatever you want to call them. You have 7, right? There's a movement from the 8 to the 7. There's something here to me in terms of the connection between the spheres of Sephira of like Hod and Netzach. Hod being 8, the magic, and 7 being Netzach, that place of like, I identify it as like a artsy, kind of like the Venusian space. So is there something around like your protection of your beauty, your protection of your art, the things you're creating, the things you hold dear to your heart? Like sometimes we create things and then people will like say things that are like harmful or just like negative about it, right? And it's like there's really a call towards that protection there. You might get symbols in your dream, Meredith, around what those symbols might want to be or ways in which you can protect it. If it's like, whether it's like literally, I'm thinking of like my ex when he wrote a book, he was like, yeah, you like take the book and like print out the copy, mail it to yourself in registered mail and never open it so that you have the date of when you like wrote that book, like original draft. It's like things like that could be very like practical and on the physical plane, or it could be as simple as like backing up your documents online or like on a external hard drive or something. But I'm really getting the sense that like whatever this tie is, let's pull another card. Okay, maybe it's this one. Okay, well, everyone's maybe just gonna get that wisdom of like the directions. But like this, I'm really seeing for you, Meredith, like the compass turning, like in like a movie when the needle is like spinning all those different directions, and it feels like there's a bit of a lostness. I don't know, like what is the symbol? Is there a symbol that's been showing up? Maybe you want to like actually use this symbol. What's it called again? I'm not sure if the author here has the actual name of that symbol. The Helm of Awe. It was used as a protection, petitioning the gods for protection in battle. So I don't know if you're going to battle about something, if you need to use that symbol in particular, you can, obviously, you can find it, the Helm of Awe. There's also another one that's like kind of similar. It's not so much ancient. My understanding is maybe it was created a little more modern, but with like for seafarers, people traveling on the water. So you have 51. Does anyone know the gematria for 50? I think it's Lamed 20. Okay, 10 Yod, Kaf 20, Lamed 30, 40, Mem. It is noon. So you have like the death card here and the Fool card. So anytime you even see or get a hint of something coming to a conclusion, Meredith, just know that it's going to lead to a beginning of something. Sometimes the thing we're working on is like, I don't want to say garbage, and it needs to be deleted so that you can like start fresh, as frustrating as that is. But channel upon this divinity, that divinity energy, that Venusian energy. I love how Valiant Wayaki, hello, you said, happy to arrive here on a particularly Luciferian note. I think you wrote that around the time of the Venusian, like Netzach, right? The morning star, that wisdom, that inspiration that exists. Okay. The war, oh wait, let me read that. Sounds good. Love this. I can really relate to the compass and the battle as the war for art against distractions. Have you ever read that book, The War of Art? I definitely would recommend that. It's an interesting little book, just like short things. You tried to read it, did you say? Interesting. Maybe it's time. Hello, Wasila. I'm watching from South Africa. Cool. Hello. I will aim to pull you cards too. We'll see on the time here. I need the audiobook. That's okay. That's okay. Is there anything else that wants to be said around this? Yeah, every ending is like a new beginning, but what was the word that just came through? It was like every ending is a possibility for a new beginning, which you know this. Even in battle, right? Those Norse Viking warriors, like it's like there was that call to Valhalla, the call to the next stage. It was not a loss in any form. I feel like I just repeat things sometimes, you guys, on here, but like just for whatever reason that needed to be said. So with that, Meredith, I think that's all I have to say. I love how those cards came out. Two of the same cards, like, so whatever that might be, double meanings. Okay, all about me. Let's pull cards for you. Then I think Sid, Robin Day. Oh my gosh, hopefully I'm going to be able to keep track of everything. I think Wasile asked for some. Hello, Lawrence Davies. Okay. Yeah. All about me. 4001. 5. Emperor. Well, hey. You could also say it's just... There's something about the H, I think, that's calling. Something about the H. Is there someone in your life with H? The letter H? 3344. We have the trust card. So I don't know, is this someone that you are currently in relationship with or contemplating having a relationship with that starts with that letter? I don't know, but there's something about H that's like standing out to me. Very big. Sometimes we are the ones, all about me, that paint the shadow around ourselves. That's what I'm seeing with this image. Like you is this light form in the middle, and then literally this like kind of like painted black smear around this wall. Okay. Hello, Amit. No, okay. Oh, I think that was to the H. Okay. Okay. Well, whoever, whatever that is, if you want to make yourself known for this reading for all about me, the call to your guides, ancestors, whatever that meant to be, What about this trust in the dream time? Maybe you're getting images of past lives. Maybe you are starting to envision more things all about me that you have been in a bit of doubt. But there's something here about like taking those walls down and like opening up, I'm almost seeing like this, this, these, this whatever shadowy part, this like almost non-formed black goob of energy, then shifting into this pyramid form. And this light that you are, it's like this shining down, okay? So it's like, can you trust these visions or things that are being shown to you? Can you trust that perhaps it's like some knowing from the past? The past. Whether it's Egyptian, which we see with the pyramid, or just, you know, I don't know, maybe there's something with the H there. Handle. Yes, I trust no one. That's okay. So the intention here then for this dream time, coming to trust, at least, maybe you don't have to trust all the people, but how can you start to trust the dreams? How can you start to just put these walls down and trust that you are supported? Because I want to say with that, like if we think about the Egyptian way of life, the Egyptian people back then, our interpretation or understanding is that they were so knowledgeable and powerful around magic, around all things spiritual and material. They knew how to walk the planes, right, in their power. That's why I say the sun, and it was just like a golden time. So like, what if you have that? So what's the intention is this dream time for All About Me? The visions and dreams are scary. So what are those dreams and visions telling you? This is 33. We have message. 33 being that Christ consciousness, right? The movement of energy up the vertebra. This morning I like woke up and I'm like noticing sometimes when I wake up, my like left ankle will be a little bit like stiff or sore. And I'm like, how come it's my left ankle? Like what, and I've sat with it like, oh, and then it was until like this morning I realized like, oh, instead of being like, oh, I gotta like do some type of stretch to like make sure this doesn't happen again. It was, oh, like, okay, what do you want me to know? So instead of pushing away, even in the fear, the scariness of something, it's like becoming absolved into it or like absorbed into it. But you'll never be fully absorbed. You are the light. But you start to shed the light on whatever that is. You start to transmute it and transform it into something else. We have a moth here. There's a lot of stuff here with light, in any, I'd say, any journey, psychedelic journey, plant medicine journey, things like this. Usually it's like, don't run from the shadow, we would say. When someone's facing a really dark part about themselves in like a plant medicine journey, like the last thing we want to do really is like put a force against it to like, Instead, we want to like surrender to it, go into it. I can't tell you, I remember once doing like a journey and like all of a sudden I saw the tree of life, the spheres, and I was like, wow, it felt so beautiful, it looks so beautiful. And I went into it and then it started going into like the cliffotic tree. So like the cliff off there, to me, like the demonic energies. And it was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, no. But I was like, wait, what if you just surrender to this? Even though it's scary based on the beliefs, programs, just go into it. And then it started morphing back into the light and this beautiful thing. And it just kept doing this, feeding one into the next, feeding. So I don't know what that means for you, All About Me, but like whatever is showing up in your dreams, your visions, can you just intend, I'm going to receive the message from these dreams tonight. I am the light and I trust that light's within me and it's around me because you are totally supported. and just trust it'll show something. Oh, I'm getting like this weird energy. And I think this is going to help you with the trust. Okay. You have 63 here with 16, 14, 33, right? 63, 6 plus 3 is 9. So you have a 639, 369. That's a very powerful manifesting number. There's some like code for you. Anyways, I think that's it all about me. I'm going to go into the dream tonight. Yeah, come back. Let me know. How did it work or not work? Maybe we'll see you on Thursday at that little like class energy healing thing in the Practicus membership. Again, if anyone of you are interested, you can hit join and join there. I think the join button's somewhere by the chat. You can take points or take a look at that and see. Oh, I'm just looking at this like top fans thing. It like gives people's points. That's weird. God knows what people are creating here. Anyways. Ooh, excited to see there's so much light and beauty in the dark. It's all an illusion, you guys. Everything is an illusion. Everything you think. In Access, we say everything is the opposite it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite it appears to be. If you ever are not sure, just repeat that. Everything is the opposite it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite it appears to be. Everything is the opposite it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite it appears to be. And I think clarity comes from that. Okay, Sid, and then Robin, and then Wasila. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, all about me. Okay, Sid, learning lots of mythos. Cool. What is that like? Is that like mythology? Is that what you're referencing? Sorry. Sometimes I know stuff, you guys, and sometimes I'm like a complete idiot. Okay. I just learned that term, brain rot. My kid said to her cousin, I'm going to show you some brain rot stuff. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh, so everything that exists on social media or online is brain rot? I like to think that this is not brain rot, but I mean, someone else would probably think otherwise. Kay said, we call to your guides, your ancestors, those beings that wish to support you with interpreting dreams, accessing your dream time. What messages? Power. So we have a Hathurian energy here. I just watched the movie Tesla with Ethan Hawke. He like plays Tesla. It was like a weird kind of like biopic. I don't know, maybe there's something there for you, Sid. But like I was seeing those that like, I don't know, just something about the like alternative way of creating energy. And in that they really go into how Tesla experienced like, or he held the belief around a particular type of energy. Oh, what do they call it? I don't remember now. What was it called? But like the way that energy could be created, but like Edison at the time was like, no, it's not going to work. It's not safe or whatever. So maybe you have something that you're thinking about creating. I don't know, like, is that even like almost like an invention-y thing or some new way, like a new technology, a new method or approach to something. Is there something there for you around that or that you're being shown? And it's almost like the doubt that can come with it. Okay. But it's like it's bringing a new life. It's bringing something into it. Like Hathor is that fertility energy. So what else about the dream here for Sid? Going towards an unconventional creative pursuit. Interesting. Wasila. Wow, you're the first person to pronounce my name correct. Oh, well, I probably first pronounced it just that. So what about this power? Can we clarify anything else? Wow, yeah, I don't know, like lightning, courage. Can you have the courage to continue forward with what it is you feel called, Sid? Hathor's there. It's interesting because like I was thinking how we eat so much ground beef. We eat so much meat here in Alberta, in Canada. Like, in North America, there's a lot of use of cattle. Whereas in like India, right, like in the Hindu tradition, it's like cattle are seen as like so sacred, right? Like you don't dare. So that something about that duality of the cow. I don't know why I need to say that. The duality of like the power of that symbol, but like both are necessary to make the whole wheel go around. I don't really know why I had to say that. But we have two words here. We have power and we have courage. Both the one's 46, which equals 10, and the other one's 37, which also equals 10. So you have a double earthly power, Malkuthian energy here, that kingdom, like really a rulership. And also I want to say that the divine gift of those creative pursuits, those ideas, the lightning bolt that moves through the tree of life, boom, into the manifested form on earth, on Malkut. What about that, Hathor? So I'm just going to invite you to take a deep breath, Sid. And just let it go. And we're just, whoever else needs to receive this energy as well from Hathor, that fertility, wealth bounded, abundant goddess, the cow goddess. Maybe you're feeling that energy moving, starting at the root or the base of the spine and traveling up through into your crown, along the middle pillar of your spine. Just breathing that energy up, whatever that might be. You may notice sensations. You may see things like colors or whatever. You may just be noticing your breath or sounds. That's fine. Whatever it is, just trusting the process. As this is like awakening up of your power, your courage, your heart, that it requires to walk the path that you are feeling called to walk. And like, I don't know if this resonates for you, Sid, but like, I'm literally feeling the like, boom, boom, boom of like the Kegel muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. If you've ever done like yoga and they, there's times, especially within Kundalini yoga, where they will get people to like pump the energy and pump the pelvic floor muscles. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, like squeezing anus, squeezing rectum, squeezing like the pelvis area, squeezing the belly, like really drawing energy up. This is something that you may want to explore. But I'm feeling this is like this generating energy that's inside of you. That's literally your power. One last card here. What's the intention for Sid with this? I keep getting told to like pull the bottom card, which is interesting. So 42. So at nighttime, Sid, releasing, cutting away any energies that are not yours, cutting away any doubts, cutting away any old beliefs or stories that are like, you can't do this. No, it's not going to work. You can't like make money with it, or I don't know, whatever, or like something horrible is going to happen to you if you pursue this. Like, just continue to cut. Literally, I tell people usually, like when I work with clients, like we would do this cleansing. You can literally imagine like if there's some energetic thing here, like cutting away, giving it to the earth, like literally just cut anywhere you're feeling like you just need to pull energy off your body, out of your energetic field, and just release whatever it is. And you can say, I release this. Call upon whatever guides, angels that want to support you with that. Archangel Raphael might be really great because Archangel Raphael is the angel of air and the angel of that sword. The healing, right? It can cut away, release things that maybe no longer serve you. This, I think, will be a great step for you at nighttime, especially, or any moment you catch yourself recognizing there's something there that's limiting your power, like trying to like block your power, that circuit of power again. something about how the circuitry is moving through you. And that could be tied heavily to the polarity I kind of mentioned, right? The sacredness of the cow and the like desecration of the cow with our eating it. I like steaks, by the way, you guys. But like, there's something about both, about even how I want to say the attenuator, but I don't even know what that is or what that means necessarily. But like in order for electricity, a pole needs to be negative and positive, right? There needs to be something to run. So even for you, Sid, how are you that counter energy to what's showing up in the world? Anything that's preventing you from really recognizing that, release it, cut it away. Oof, I'm excited for you. Hope that makes sense. Okay, waking up, it's time. Definitely feel this very strong energy. Have you ever tried astral projection? You face not found, says or asks. Okay, Valiant Wayaki, getting solar plexus activation too. Thank you. Yes, yeah, you're welcome. Sandro, hello. Hello. Ooh, yeah. Okay, well, whatever that was. Thank you, Hathor. Thank you, guides, for just supporting and being with us. Okay, Robin. Robin Day. Let's pull cards for you, I believe. And then Wasile, right? Wasile. See you now. I'm saying Wasile. I think that's how it would be. Robin Day. I was like, who am I pulling for? What time is it? Okay. I think we got time. Ooh. Okay, Robin. I'm just like feeling a major pull in your heart, or like in my heart, but I don't know if this is for you, heart and third eye. So just inviting you to take a deep breath in and letting it go. What does it look like to live by this heart space and the vision of your third eye? What would it look like for you, Robin, to just completely surrender to that way of being? Not of the mind, not of the way people think you need to be, but rather how you feel pulled, magnetized to what you see. Maybe you're feeling this a lot in your dreams and your visions. And it's like I feel like there's this calling for you to just really like be okay with that. Okay, Robin Day, calling your guides, ancestors, for you to pull cards around this dream time. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if this would ever be something that's possible, but like this 7-rayed star in your body, like letting it like I guess fill, or like like for you to embody this, I guess is what I want to say. There's something about this here, and that divinity. Where does your divinity even come from? Right? Where do those messages come from? Where does that heart leading from heart space come from? There's the talk about like true will, which is like this divine will, right? It's like something beyond us. In the magic world, we connect, hope for that knowledge and conversation with the holy guardian angel, that aspect of our higher self, but it's like a divine self, so that we can move forward in our life. We can start to, I want to say, take aligned action, like, but dream things and actualize them. So if this is like somewhere where you've been feeling a bit of a stuckness, Robin, like, can you be willing to tune into that aspect of yourself and recognize that when you feel heart pull towards something, or you envision something, it's not just you, it's like the divine will for you. I don't want to keep it. Oh my gosh. Divine masculine. So is there a figure, a man that you're seeing? A divine masculine aspect, a divine masculine way of being? Whatever that is that you're seeing, can you just trust it? Oh, it's like what I'm seeing here is like the masculine holding the feminine, the moon, the sun holding the moon, like up. I personally do think that's what like God has wanted. Okay. Oh, thanks, Valiant Wayaki. It's 6 to midnight. Oh, it's late. Oh, I didn't know you're in cool, Kenya. Thank you for being here. Let's catch you another time. Okay, Robin. Yeah, what's this? What does this look like? This holding you up or the feminine up? Oh, it's interesting. The way the cards fell out now. We have 2 or we have 20. Oh, you can't see that. We have 20 and we have 2. It's literally like, oh, how can I do this? Like mirrors. Mirrors reversing something there. So what's the intention of the dream time for Robin? So the coming up full moon. When is that? Did we just have that? Oh, crap. And which card just flipped upside down, guys? But I'm not going to pull that right now. Okay. When's the full moon? When was the full moon? I don't even know where we're at. Oh, no. Yeah, I think it's coming up or it just happened. It just happened, right? Didn't it just happen on Thursday? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Thursday the 10th. Okay, so what from now until the next full moon, Robin, what around this like masculine, feminine dynamic can you call upon the moon? Can you call upon the masculine, the divine masculine? Because again, I saw this as a sun, but like this now is this here. What can you call for it, forth from it, before you go to bed, to gain an illumination on your divinity, an illumination on the truth of whatever it is that you're feeling this pull towards, okay? Because there's going to be healing with that. The full moon gives us like illumination, enlightenment. It's also the opportunity for us to release things that no longer serve us. So see that this can be a really pertinent time to have some compassion towards whatever it is that's been showing up. 29, 2, 22. Math. 31. Yeah, 51. Oh, we got 51 again. So death, new beginnings, noon card or death card, and the Fool. I don't know. I guess that just needed to be a confirmation around like the continuation of the card pulls. Is there anything else I need to say for Robin? Issues with patriarchy. That. You may benefit, Robin, from looking at or just meditating upon the supernal triad, the top 3 spheres of the tree of life, Keter, Chokmah, and Binah. That perfect triangle of the 3, along with the connection to the sphere of the sun at Tiferet. These triads. It's funny how I said the third eye and the heart. There's no difference between the sun or the child and the higher aspect. Oh, how could I word this? I'm not going to say anything. If you come back and it comes up, then we can talk about it. But I feel like you're meant to like just spend this month tuning into this with your intention, and it'll be made known to you. So All the best with that. Thank you. Okay. You know, there are secrets, there are teachings and things that I think it's best for us to each just individually go through. Talking with my friend who just recently moved back to Turkey, and just like she was talking about how she's like moving through the spaces, the temples, the water, and how it's like this initiation for her. And it's like, yeah, it's like now she's living the things she's been learning about from books and studies and all this stuff. And it's so important that we have that as our personal experience. No one can give that to you. You have to go experience it yourself. So whatever that might mean for any of you listening. Okay, sweet. Okay, Robin, thank you for being here. Wasala, wasale. God, I don't even know what I'm saying. Wasala. Let's pull cards for you. And then I think I'm going to be done. It's an hour. So this is the last reading we'll do today. I wanted to say thank you all for being here, sharing your energy, your comments, your voice, your heart. Call to Wasala's guides, ancestors, those beings that want to support with this reading. Wasala. What do your dreams have to say for you? What's showing up that we can tune into? That's weird. I pulled 2 cards upside down. Home. 10. Home. So where is this home? What is that looking like? Which, it's funny, I just want to add too, I just made a post about it. I don't think it's in the description here, but you can find the post on the community page about a ritual that I wrote that you could download and access, and it's all about belonging. It's all about coming home to like self-love, to yourself. But Wasila, I'm saying this like because there's something here about what that home looks like for you, where you feel it internally, but also like perhaps there's something about where you call home and how you're accessing this home, and it's very much tied to earth energy. We have this nature spirits card. So if it's like you've been just returning home to like your physical home, how can you call upon those spirits of the earth to support you? Or even just like the land that you're walking, because I feel like there's like a detachment with home here. There's like a disconnect. There's like a disconnect. But it's like it's got to be something about this inside. Like it's never going to like link on the external to where, you know, like a puzzle piece. Like I think we hope that someone or something external is going to make us feel at home, but it's not ever, because you are the inside home already. And see the squares like perfectly formed. I don't know if that makes sense. 49. So I don't know why I'm feeling like we have to calculate 10 plus 39 is 49, which we could break down into 40 plus 9. So I know it seems ridiculous to do, but 40 would be mem, which is that water, the hangman, surrender. And 9 would be the card of like the strength card. I don't know, there's something about you gaining this inner strength, surrendering to situation and finding an inner strength. We're going to pull one more. Oh, let me scroll. Wasala, I'm currently homeless, hoping to get work so I can become stable. Oh, yes. Ooh. Thank you. You see, this helps me, you guys, when you like share the things, because then it's like, okay, where are we following the energy? Which it's interesting that you're sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Wasila. Like, because there's something about the earth supporting you. 10441, 411, just all the numbers. I have my own view. This might be disagreed by many people, but I don't, here in Canada, there's a lot of people living on the street, experiencing homelessness, and oftentimes the viewpoint of many people who have a place to call home or a house is like, oh, that's bad and that's wrong. And I think that, I can't speak because I've never been homeless or experienced that. I've worked with people who have. That was part of my old job. I've seen people in some very difficult times, and I've also seen people who have felt more free in their life than they've ever felt because they were in a situation like that. And I kind of have this weird theory, which many people might not agree with, and that's fine. But I like to just think of some of these weird things of like, okay, so we have a high Indigenous population here in Canada because, people decided to come and take over like land and put buildings up and these structures that limit the migratory flow of humans and animals. And I'm like, but how many people are actually wandering around the earth because they are feeling like these spirits of nature and the ancestors calling them to walk on the earth like they had? Who are we to say that that's bad or that's wrong, or to try to stop it or try to put someone into a home? So I don't know your situation. I'm not saying like this is what you're calling in or anything, but I guess what I'm wanting to say with that, I'm like, what if it's like there's some awakening that's happening, and in access consciousness, they will say we do energy pulls and we can call upon entities, spirits, etc., the earth, which is what I see this as, to support with whatever it is we want to create. So like without the, we'll say barriers down, walls down, like what energetic boundaries have we put up to stop ourselves from receiving? But what about literal walls, like a house that has been created that could prevent the energy of nature from really speaking? So I don't know why I feel like I need to say that to you. Also, like, what if you could ask, and what if asking the earth to contribute to you into this stability, whatever that looks like for you? Sounds like what you're saying, it's work, it's finding a sense of stability that way. I assume that means like financial stability. That means, and you don't have to listen to me at all. I mean, sometimes I could be off about any of this. It's your life, but I just wonder, what is that? And what does that home look like internal for you? And what does the earth want to show you about that home in this experience that you're experiencing? I'm reading this book still, you guys. It takes me sometimes a while to read, but I'm going to pull one more for you here, Leslie. But in the book, it's finally touching on the gentleman that he's like, I know, how can I explain this? Anyways, he's sharing in a letter, and we're reading the letter about his life experience, how he lost the love of his life. Everything was going well for them, and then she just died. And it's made him, he basically spiraled into drugs. He's speaking about how he's homeless, living in like these squatting houses. Just like years go by, and his life is completely gone from gone a 180. And then one day he just was like, kind of like, what am I doing? And what he says he does, which is interesting. I don't know if this applies to you, Vasile, but is he had a box, even throughout all this, he had a box of that woman that he was married to, the love of his life. He had a box of all her belongings, and he finally decided to just give them away. And he gave them to the people that she used to help. She worked with immigrants, I think, or something like that. And he was like, and that was it. And he decided he was going to make a change. And in the beginning, I guess, that this guy's his life is just, he's full of love. He's become a Sufi. He's gone into this experience of just being open and He travels around and it just seems so happy. But prior to this happiness, he was in this like dark pit of despair and like lost, injecting drugs, doing all these things. But it's like when I was reading this, I was just reminded of like how much judgment we have on people's experiences, or how much we can get on judgments on ourselves because people aren't in our life. They don't know what's going on. And it doesn't matter what those judgments are. It's about us tapping into what's true for our individual selves and trusting the journey. It's all okay. The card was trust, but it's all about our journey. And I think he like ends it. I don't know if anyone's gonna read this book. It's a really good book. The 40 Rules of Love. But he's like, his plan next was he was taking pictures of things because he was a photographer, and someone had said, hey, would you ever like to go and sneak into these like Muslim sites and take pictures? Like, if you get caught, you get in a lot of trouble, but you probably make it rich getting these really unique shots. And he was like, oh, I'm down for this. Because he's like, I have nothing else to do with my life. I'm down for this. And the person said, okay, but if you're going to do it, you're going to need the help of these Sufi brothers or something. Reach out to these guys and like see if you can kind of get an in there. And he's like, and he did that. And that's when his whole life changed because of this chance encounter experience. So wassalam, like whatever the experience is for you, whatever's going on, 111, wherever life is taking you, can you just trust? As you go to bed at night, call upon Spirit to remind you of that light that you are, even amongst the darkness of everything that's going on. This is home. Call those nature spirits, the trees, the air, the wind, the earth beneath you, all of that. I'm just gonna ask on your behalf, if I may, and for anyone else who might be watching and feeling disconnected, that we can just remember our roots here in this moment. We just ask that you would all show up and support us in whatever challenges we might be facing, whatever difficulties or sense of a lack of stability or insecurity, that you can turn that around, because usually we don't see that in the darkest place where our roots are, that's what's actually holding us and securing us so that we can grow taller. Right? Like a seed only grows because it goes down first and then it starts to sprout up. It goes deep into the depths before it can really, I just I'm too, it's like, I don't want anything horrible to happen to the people I love. I don't want to see them go through drug addiction or homelessness or these things. And then it's like, I have to remind myself, like, who am I to make the decision of what they're going to have the greatest learning through? So let's all just release those judgments of what people are going through or what we may be going through, because we never know why. I think it's so we can grow and experience this light and this sense of connection. This divinity came up many times. This is, to me, the same thing. It's our natural home essence. Okay, wasala. Wasala? Wasala. Thank you. May God bless you with the only of us. Thank you. You too. Yeah, holding you up. Things are going to shift. Great Spirit, we just call for the shifts in the most magical ways for wasala. Wasale, I wanted to say. I'm so sorry. And for anyone else watching that needs that. Because you know what they say, when two or more are gathered, that's where the answers to prayers are, right? Prayers are heard. So reach out, if there's anything else, you guys, that you need, prayers, thoughts, energy, healing, just, make a note. I will do my best, whether it's sending energy, just distantly, or us hopping on a call. That's the fun of this all. So With that being said, let's close the space. Just taking a deep breath in here and letting it go. Just finding this moment of stillness. Feeling your heart beating, the breath moving in and out of your lungs. This moment that you are present and you are alive in. May the dream time continue to speak to you. And may you be willing to see and hear, to know what must be known and to do what must be done. And to walk this earth with heart and courage. And just letting go of anything that may be still lingering from our time here together. Just letting it plant like a seed into the earth. Any questions, any doubts, any worries, all the joy, whatever it might be, just planting it like seeds and trusting that whatever blossoms and grows from that will be exactly what it needs to be. Now your next inhale, just opening eyes and returning back to the space. So thank you, everyone. Be sure to subscribe if you would like. Go back and watch the replay of the beginning. But I will see those of you in the Practicus membership on Thursday for our energy healing fun. Further talk about dreaming. And if not, next week, Monday, probably. We'll be back on here for another reading. So until then, bye, everyone.